and welcome to my channel. I have decided to start not so much a YouTube channel, but just a bit of a vlog just to share what I'm doing. Not because I think my life is like really exciting or anything, but because we are in lockdown. This has kind of inspired me to explore different ideas like with my business moving forward, because I'm going to be focusing a little bit more on online content, as I have not been able to do any personal training sessions aside from a few virtual sessions. So got a little bit more time up my hands and just thought I would play around with this idea. So what I'm thinking for my video logs is just basically sharing not so much my life is not that exciting, but just like mindset, nutrition and training tips and recipes, and just throwing a little bit in there about how I take care of myself and my perspectives on health, because I know that it really helps my clients, and I just think it will be really cool to share and find more like-minded people in this way. So I last week purchased this video camera. It's a like Sony vlogging camera, and I'm just really excited to use it. So that's another reason why I want to do this. Yeah, so I guess if you have any ideas of what you would like me to share on my videos, just let me know in the comments, or send me a message / email directly, because I probably know most of you at this point, and I will get to it and work out how to incorporate that into my videos. So my background, just in a nutshell, is I am a personal trainer and nutrition coach, have been so since 2003. I've been specializing in women and body recomposition coaching for about 10 years now, which has evolved into more health focused and mindset coaching, because ultimately at the end of the day, like, you can't achieve any of your physical goals unless you have your mindset in check. So that's kind of my core focus now, is really helping people find balance with food, compassion within themselves and love for their bodies, so that they nourish it properly and, you know, train for enjoyment and train for personal strength, rather than, you know, punishing themselves, because we've kind of all been there before. And I think those days are dead. My lifestyle personally, I'm very health focused, so most of what I do is aimed at keeping my body as strong and healthy as possible. It's all backed by research, and my story, which I will share in another video, is just that I used to have mental health and chronic fatigue and allergy issues, and they basically plagued my life as long as I remember, and I completely healed these through natural means, and just by transforming my mindset from a subconscious level, and then also with my food and not so much supplements but nutritional and herbal and emotional techniques. So I'll share a lot of that as I go, because obviously a lot of what I do now feels very natural to me, but it's things that I sort of learned over a really long time. So how I eat is really specific, how I live, everything I do is very intentional, and it came together over a period of years, and that's why I thought this would be something different to bring into the fitness space. So I'm also a naturopath, and I can do subconscious reprogramming and Reiki, which I love. It's just like a hands-on emotional healing kind of experience, and I'm becoming a meditation teacher. So that's kind of where I'm at personally, a very, very long story short. Currently my business is just helping women kind of fall in love with their bodies, nourish it properly, learn how to lift, lose body fat if they want to lose body fat, and I have a few clients that compete in bodybuilding. So bodybuilding being my first love and the first thing that I really embrace in this industry. So I just have to share with you really quick my cat, because she is just being very adorable. Ali. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. So this whole lockdown, she's pretty much been on that chair, keeping me company, so that's been really awesome. Excuse the mess on the floor. I went through my whole wardrobe this last week, and every clothing item I own is on the floor in this room right now. What I'm currently doing, so obviously being in lockdown, I'm training from home, and luckily for me, I have a studio at home because I am a personal trainer, and when lockdown first happened, the gyms were shut. So I set up a home gym in my garage, and I've been training my clients out of there. So now with this lockdown, I can train in there. It's not exactly ideal. I prefer to go to the gym. I really don't enjoy training from home, but I'm making the most of it. I am currently preparing for a competition. So it'll be my first competition in 9 years. So I competed in 2010 in figure, and then in 2012 in bikini and fitness. It was much different industry back then. It was a very, very niche market. Nobody understood what on earth I would want to do that for. There was only really a few of us that were into it, and obviously now you would know it's like a global industry. It's completely blown up. So finally, after dealing with all my health issues and getting my body composition under control, I'm in a position where I'll be able to give it another crack, which I'm really excited. So I've been coaching people this whole time and I haven't been able to compete myself. So really pumped. Only catch is that my competitions that I was preparing for specifically were cancelled. So that was the IFBB Pro League Bikini Division and the WBFF Bikini Division. So you know, I've got bikinis coming for them. I had already planned, you know, one was in the Gold Coast, the other one was in Sydney. Yeah, but they've been canned for the rest of the year, so that's not happening. So I did get a little bit, I guess you could say, put off by that, but I've kind of, you know, dug deep and decided to just do the Canberra ICN comp. So that should be on the 10th of October. Fingers crossed that goes ahead. I mean, it may not. Still a bit of a wait and see as we're still in lockdown right now and people are thinking it may not end until then or maybe even November. But, you know, I decided at worst I'm going to just keep prepping because I'm really in the zone at the moment. Just take every day as it comes. You know, worst case scenario, it gets cancelled and there's no opportunity to compete for the rest of the year. Hopefully at minimum I'll be able to get some photos done and then I can just really dig into a really healthy reverse diet. So currently I'm eating about 1,500 calories as many days a week as I can, and then I have a refeed day of 1,770. I feel okay so far. I mean, last week was a really hard week. I was exhausted all week and I actually I didn't put on, it's not fat, but I put on weight. So that's just an indication to me that my body's very stressed out. So last night I had a refeed, just a homemade refeed. And I had like 2 kind of homemade burgers. They were so good with some potato chips. And then I tried Ben and Jerry's for the second time ever. So when I used to have gut health issues, I avoided every single processed food product. And I specifically avoided any product that has like corn in it that is not organic and anything that had cane sugar in it that was not organic. And unfortunately, Ben and Jerry's falls under that umbrella. So when your gut is really damaged, these foods actually cause more problems, and gluten as well, that can poke holes in your gut. So you've got to have a really strong, robust constitution in order to enjoy these foods. And I did not have that. So while I was trying to heal, I avoided them altogether. So at the moment, I'm doing this thing called hormesis, which is like where you expose your body over time to stresses in small amounts. So for me, because I was allergic to pretty much everything, it's basically, and I had cut everything out as well on top of that. So I was having very minimal dairy, you know, so now I have a little bit of dairy and I've just been introducing it just a little bit each week. I have goat's feta, then I have a little bit of cow's milk, and I have a little bit of ice cream sometimes, but not the Ben and Jerry's brand. I get organic, you know, whole, I guess you could say made with love, the more expensive stuff. So yeah, Ben and Jerry's, holy moly, it was very delicious. Anyway, and also my buns were not gluten-free, so usually I eat gluten-free too. So there were 2 things that I had that I wouldn't normally have. And then I tried for the first time, because I keep seeing it on Instagram and I just had to work out what it was all about. I tried that Biscoff spread. Oh my Lord, that was really good too. But also again, not gluten-free and lots of cane sugar. But regardless of that, I had all that food. It was about, I think maybe 1,300 calories over my target calories. And this morning I woke up and I feel more energized. I slept like a baby. I was only up about 400 grams, which is really nothing. It's just extra food really in my stomach. So I think it was really worth it and it was the right choice to make. And now I should be able to train really hard today and throughout the week. So, and just really kickstart things again and get a little bit more fat loss happening. In the past, like if I'd had sugar, I would immediately feel the mental health effects. So a lot of what people don't understand about mental health is it's neuroinflammation. So if you have an inflamed nervous system, then the symptom of that is low mood or anxiety and things like that. And gluten specifically can poke holes in your gut. This has been proven. Doesn't mean gluten will kill you, you know, but there's a lot of people that are non-celiac, celiac being when you're actually allergic to gluten, but there's a lot of people that are non-celiac, gluten sensitive. I am definitely one of those people. And usually when I used to have it, I would literally fall asleep. You know, I couldn't stay awake, I couldn't concentrate, immediate brain fog. And for sugar, it was like immediate depressive symptoms, anger, that kind of thing. So I really try and pay attention to my body regarding food and avoid things that create problems. And then, you know, now I'm just having little bits of them because my diet is about I'm going to say 98% whole foods. So introducing just a little bit there makes me feel really good because, you know, for the first time in like 10 years since I've healed from my health problems, I'm actually able to go out and enjoy life like a normal person. Like I feel like I can try foods I've never been able to enjoy before and just bounce straight back. So that just gives me the indication that my body's really strong and really healthy. And especially being 5 weeks out of a competition, like, you know, it's not really normal. It's really hard to be really healthy as you get leaner. So yeah, so that's just a little bit of a rundown of where I'm at, what I'm doing, and what my intentions are for these videos. So what I'm actually going to do now is go and train. So today I'm training back and shoulders, and I have to walk around the lake, which is a 1 hour walk this afternoon, assuming it doesn't rain. So yesterday it rained all day and I missed my cardio, but I'm just going to let that one slide. Yeah, so I'm going to be training in my garage. So I will show you my garage gym and maybe a little bit of my session, and then I will be back. So one thing that I'm super lucky this whole lockdown thing is that I have a home gym. I mean, not really lucky because I am a personal trainer, therefore I do need a gym, but I set it up last lockdown and now basically I can train in it. So that's really awesome. I just thought I would show you around like what I have in my home gym. It's only a single car garage, as you can see, but it does a trick. So here I just got a 45-degree back extension. Then I have this lat pull down machine. So it's got the bottom cable and it's got the top cable. So that is awesome. And I've got my deadlift bar, my incline bench and squat rack. And that's just a mini bar sitting on there. My TRX, obviously all the plates there. We've got a few bars, safety squat bar. Then we've got the transformer bar, which is actually my favorite. Got all my, you know, rollers and mats and stuff and chains in there. A couple more barbells and a little bit of decor. Then we've got my dumbbells, some plates, a box, a couple more little attachments. So I've got heaps of different bars to pull down with, and then just a dumbbell rack there. So as you can see, I got a full set of kind of kettlebells and medicine balls too. There's a rope under there and like a landmine attachment at the bottom there. So that's my gym setup, and that is where I have been training every day for the last, I think, 5 weeks maybe now. I do prefer the gym a lot more than I like to train in the garage, but it is what it is and it's totally better than nothing. So I'm very grateful for what I have here. I can continue to prep and all is well. And here we have my full hobo outfit, which I've just been walking around in at home. Very exciting. Got my abs. They're here. Sort of a bit flat at the moment, but hopefully going to all come in very nicely in the next few weeks. And we have my girl back, Maddie. She's missing all her clients at the moment, so I guess she's just gonna have to wait until everyone comes back. guys, so I am just filming my post-training meal. So it is 100 grams of beef mince with some sweet potato chips and some veg, and I'm going to drizzle on top of that some peanut butter sauce, which is like the powdered peanut butter. Basically the way that I will do that is I'm literally just going to boil this with some salt and pepper. I have what's left of my beef, so I just made it all in bulk, 500 grams in here. So made that on Monday morning, and this is just my last serve of that. So I'm just gonna heat this up. And I have purple sweet potato. Well, it's white sweet potato, but purple on the outside. My favorite, to put in the air fryer. It goes really crispy, and I'm just gonna cut it into really thin slices. So now I've just got heaps of client check-ins to do. So Friday is generally my check-in day. I have a few people that check in every day of the week, but Friday I have about 12, so it's my biggest check-in. This morning was super busy, so I'm getting into them pretty late. I usually start my check-ins around 8 a.m. or even 7 a.m. if I am ready then. But I had to pretty much train straight away because I had a catch-up with a woman in Canada who is a part of my meditation teacher training, and we've been catching up every Friday morning my time, Thursday night her time, and just practicing different meditations on each other and giving each other feedback. So that's been really cool. So I've just finished that now, and I'm about to just get stuck into check-ins. So pretty much when I do check-ins, I'm just looking at photos, measurements, weight, time of month. So that just gives me a little bit more information as to what's going on with their body. And then I just send them back some feedback. So whether I do like a screen recording, sometimes I just write cool, same again, like it depends on how good the check-in was. And then sometimes I have to make adjustments, whether it be their macros or their training. I've got to write a few training programs this afternoon as well. So that should keep me busy. It is now 11:40. I think this will probably keep me busy until, 3 or 4 p.m. So I'm gonna get stuck into that. So I've just responded to what feels like a million emails, and I'm just gonna have a break. I'm gonna have a cup of tea. So this one is my tea of choice. It is so good, so really good for like when you're on a diet because it kind of tastes like caramel. It's really sweet, it's rooibos, it's caffeine free. So rooibos with vanilla, organic tea. That's what I'm gonna have right now. So since I cut my calories this week, I've been so hungry. So I have pretty much just had like a hot drink in my hands all day. So in the morning I just have a coffee. So I have 1 coffee a day. And if I have more than that, I just make sure it's decaf because I don't handle coffee very well. The other thing I have is the, rooibos tea, or I also love this chai tea. So it's the same brand, Merida Organics chai tea. And I usually have this one like after I have carbs because cinnamon is really good for kind of lowering blood sugar and helping with insulin response. So I usually have that, and I always make sure that my teas are organic because what you will find is a lot of tea is very heavy in pesticide, and pesticides are quite damaging to the gut and your microbiome. So if you want to have tea, especially if it's a flavor tea, you want to make sure that it is fully organic and fully natural, because let's just say you have like Twinings strawberry tea. It's often just like a heavily oversprayed tea bag of black tea, and then they just spray strawberry flavor on it. So you're not really having strawberry tea, you're having pesticide tea with flavor spray. So just be a little bit savvy with that kind of thing. Like if you really care about your health, it's really good to start to peel away all of those kind of fake ingredients, and I don't think that everyone has to have perfect food all the time. I don't believe in that. I think if you've got a few staples that you just love, then you should always include these things. But things like tea, the more natural you can get your diet and the closer to organic you can get with certain products, so mostly the ones that are heavily sprayed or, for example, sprayed with a flavoring, then the quicker your brain, body and hormones can adjust to a healthier lifestyle. So if you're constantly putting flavorings in and you're constantly putting sugar in and all of these kinds of foods that can be quite addictive or that your body doesn't recognize as being natural, then you're actually making it harder for yourself to stick to a healthy diet in the long term. So just a little tip for you. Teas are ready. I just put a little bit of milk. So as I'm dieting, I'm just using this super fat-free milk. It's got like no calories in it. So I pretty much just have, I don't know, maybe 1/8 of a cup, like just enough to make it creamy, or what I call creamy, what I think is creamy at this point of my prep. And then I usually just put a little bit of cold water in it. Here is my mug of rooibos tea, my soup mug. So good. Gonna get back into the check-ins. Hey guys, so that pretty much wraps up my first video. I have a bit more footage, but I'll save that till a later video because I don't want you to be watching forever. Yeah, so let me know in the future anything that you would like me to cover in videos to come. And just a little heads up, what I'm doing for my next video is my comp was delayed by 5 weeks. So, you know, as I said earlier in the video, I was 4 weeks out. I'm now 8 weeks out. So what this means is, because I'm feeling a little bit run down and I'm well and truly on track to look the way that I want to look, I'm actually just going to take this week to train just a little bit less, like kind of might do 4 weight sessions instead of 6, and I'm going to do just a couple of cardio. So a little bit less movement and a little bit more food. So with the extra calories, I'm just going to add in a few recipes that I would really like to try. Some stuff inspired by Instagram, and then some other stuff that I just was having before when I was a little bit more flexible with my food. So I'm going to start making those. And so I just thought I'd film some really cool high protein, low calorie recipes that you guys can try. So I'm going to get to work. Got a few diets to write today and a couple more check-ins and a program. And then I'm going to enjoy my weekend. So see you in the next video.